The other side doesn't remove themselves from the process. And this weak-kneed, phony, whiny crap that I hear all the time, and this is what sort of Chris Matthews was talking about the other day, and he caught a lot of hell from Bill Press and a couple others, and I totally don't think he speaks to everybody who's just criticizing the bill. That I'm for. If you've got an issue with the elements of the bill, keep it up. But what point do you think somebody in the middle of the civil rights fight would go, you know what, I just don't think, I don't think black people should have that. I mean, I think they should, but I've tried. I've worked for almost a year, and black people still can't marry white people and still can't get equal rights when they, there's no such thing as an equal opportunity employer. That concept took almost 20 years to take hold after the civil rights fight. It's absurd, and I am tired of it. I'm fine. I am 100% fine with criticism of the bill and the idea that we want to move forward. But the idea that you want to just shut this down and start over, that's what's gotten us where we are. So, other than that, I have no opinion. We got to take a break. 1-800-STEP-12 is our number. I have a ton of calls. At the bottom of the hour, I'm going to have Igor Volsky to come on and talk about it. He's got a lovely article on the Wonk Room on Think Progress about precisely what I'm talking about, the upside of this bill. So I'm Hal Sparks, filling in for Stephanie Miller. We'll be right back.
Oh, my God! That's like my favorite show ever!
It's the Stephanie Miller Show.
Jesus, lady.
I know.
Well, because that's now the standard meme. Is this, it's fucking. You know what it is? It's slacker politics. Pardon my French. I'm not on the air right now. It's slacker politics. Drives me nuts.
To me, it's this about it though. I have to say, for me, it's like whenever it comes out, I was like, sure, I'm up for whatever that comes out of it. It's better. Like I said, it's better than whatever is now. It's too bad that I'm gonna have to pay more a month, because my wages haven't been increased in forever and ever and ever. So it's like...
But they won't.
It's too bad that I'm going to have to spend more, but yet the businesses, a lot of them are still paying what they were paying 10 years ago and all that kind of stuff.
Sure,
so
but
but
technically, at your income level, won't happen.
I'm all over the place. So I think some years I'm all over the place with my income. So it's...
Yeah, but I mean...
Like, what's the cutoff? I don't even know.
Yeah, well, I guess it's over... it's all Cadillac plans that are being taxed, so there are 3 levels of it, and again, like, the poverty level aspect of it is being raised. I don't know what your home life is like, so it's very different for everybody, but... Point is, if people are really hurting, this bill doesn't necessarily add to that part of it, and your cost goes down anyways. Like the cap on how much you can be forced to take out of pocket and all that stuff is there. And the truth is, in some ways, it's another form of Social Security. Every time somebody gets sick in this country, there's guaranteed bankruptcy and this guaranteed idea that you're...
That's true. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true.
It's necessary in our system, unless you're going to just kind of openly say, if I get sick, don't treat me, which is absurd. You know what I mean? If nobody who's arguing that point, who's like, I don't want to have to... I'm being forced under the Commerce Clause. I shouldn't have to be forced to buy insurance. Well, if a hospital has a responsibility to treat you, and that cost is mitigated by everybody else who pays insurance, then you do have a responsibility in that part of it. And if you can't afford it, then the government can step in and make sure it, because it's providing for the common welfare, and I believe the common defense. These are the 2 elements of it. So, the other thing, too, is in the exchange, one of the things that was added in the amendment was these nonprofits, and the nonprofits they lose that 30% overhead, so their premiums are way lower.
Yeah.
And the high risk pools also drive the cost lower for people who do have recurring illness and that kind of stuff. So I mean, it's a 2,000-page bill. There's tons of stuff in there, but when people act like we're going to make homeless people pay $1,500 a year out of their pocket, which is, I mean, it's literally what the logic is. Yeah. It's absurd.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all this works out. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, well, it's this idea that, we can throw money at defense.
Oh, I know.
It's the largest single chunk of our budget, But the idea that you want to protect the American public from another enemy, which is contagious disease,
explosions are cooler than sick.
Oh, totally. Because looking at a bunch of people who've been blown up is sexy. Looking at a bunch of people who have plague is scary.
You never see bodies in movies.
Right.
You see stuff blow up. And blowing shit up is cool.
Yeah.
But no one ever. Yeah.
I have. That part just makes me nuts.
I know.
It's just lazy, is what it is. Jesus. How It's got to It's got to. If it mattered to you ever, it's got to matter to you now. If it didn't matter to you, then you were just caught up in a product. You voted for. Oh, I'm going to talk about this on the air because it's. It's the Stephanie Miller Show. I'm Hal Sparks, a.k.a. Dr. Love. Thanks for playing that, Tony. It cheered me up after that last call. I tell you, this is what I've kind of decided after, because we hear this repeated meme, and a lot of people who bring this up, this idea that I campaigned for Obama, and I'm not getting everything I want, so next time, screw him. I'm not going to show up to vote, and blah, 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 blah. These people strike me as people who got into the Obama campaign and as if they were getting into Twilight or Lost or became a fan of Dexter. I liked it last season, but I don't like it this season. And it's this absurd kind of pop culture concept. Look, either the point was, that you believe about these issues and they matter for you for life, or they don't at all. If you are a person of principle and you believe in health care for everyone, then you don't just give up at the first sign of not getting 100% of you want. You recognize that the people you elected are doing the best they can, and you push it even further. I think that's what you do when you're a person of principle. Quite frankly, if you got into it just because it was, you got caught up into it like it was a book you were reading, then of course next you might just kind of drop off. You might go, well, I'm not with the plot this time around. It's more important than that. Either you believed in the principles he fought for and you continue to believe in those principles, or you never did and you're just kind of caught up in the pop culture aspect of it, which is fine when you're watching Rock of Love, but sucks when we're dealing with people's lives. And I think this throw up your hands and I don't know what I was thinking. This is not change I believe in. Lindsey Graham said yesterday on George Stephanopoulos that this is not change you can believe in. And I heard him turn Obama's phrase on its head, and now I don't believe it either. It's ridiculous.